Sri Sangeeta Jaina. I am expert of MKD education. It is a very good education. In this education, different branches are there. I am giving in computer science department, but all the students you should follow of different branches, mechanical, electrical, civil, triple E. You should follow this education, and this is a very good platform for all of you. So today we will discuss in the new chapter, that is computer organization. In the previous class what happens, now what is computer, what is the basic functional block diagram of the computers are over. So now we will discuss the computer organization. In this organization what happens, now we should discuss the different generations of the computers. So first we will discuss computer generation. In computer generation what happens, first we will discuss generation क्या है. Now if we will consider in layman language, generation means it is a change in technology. Change means all of you know that it is how we will come in the year, how it is the changes in the computer terminology. Or you can say that in computer talk, here I am writing generation in computer talk, it is a step in technology and it provides a framework for the computer industry. So the different types of generations are there. Here we will discuss one by one. Okay. So first we will discuss the first generation of computer. So before going to the generation of computers, we will discuss the first generation computers. But before to this, what are the outcomes of this generation? What we should know, or what are the outcomes of this generation? Now, to know the development of the computer system for different generations, features of different generations of computer. What are the features behind these different generations of these computers? Okay. So first we will discuss that is my first generation of computers. Okay. So in first generation of computers was considered in the year of 1942 to 1955. Okay, I am already written in the first generation of computers was considered in the year of 1942 to 1955. And this first generation of computers were developed by using vacuum tubes. Okay, vacuum tubes of thermonic valve machines. And the input of this system was based on punch card inputs, and the output was displayed on printout. So input is your punch card machine and output is nothing your, that is your printouts. Okay, and the first generation of computers work on the binary coded principle or binary coded concepts. What is binary coded concept? And that is in terms of your 0 and 1. So the first generation of computer was the concept or the language written in 0 and 1. So this is all about your first generation of computers. Means it is, we are considering in the year of 1942 to 1955. Here we are using vacuum tubes. Okay, and the input is your punch card and output is your printouts. And here the most important concept, here we are using the binary coded, means in terms of your 0 and 1. Okay, clear? Then we will go to some examples of this generation of computer. This is a very good image that is shown in the binary first generation of computer, which is shown in the figure. Okay, these are the examples of your first generation of computer. What is that? Now first one is your ENIC. This is also a first generation of computer. Then EDVXC, ADVAC. Then next one is your UNIVAC. Then IBM 701 and IBM 650. So these are the examples of this first generation of computers. So this is all about your first generation of computers. Okay, we will discuss in which year it will belongs to, what are the technologies we are used, what are the vacuum tubes we are used. Okay, so we are already covered first generation of computers. Is that clear? Okay, then we will go to your second generation computer. So before going to second generation of computer, we should focus what are the concepts behind this first generation of computers. So see, in first generation of computers, first generation, we are writing first generation. So what is my first point is, it is in the year of 1940 to 1955. Okay, and the second, the most important is, here we are using vacuum tubes. Okay, so these are the most 2 points which are used in your first generation of computers. Okay, then next we will go to the second generation of computers. Okay. So this is my second generation. So in second generation, the first generation is in the year of, I am already discussed, that is 1942 to 1955. So second generation of computer was considered in the year 1955 to 1964, because first generation is already 1942 to 1955, I am already discussed. So second generation is from 1955 to 1964. Okay. Then second generation computer were developed by using transistor technology. In first generation, what we are using? Now vacuum tubes. So in second generation, here we are using transistor technology. Then in comparison to first generation, the size of the second generation computer was very small. Okay, the second generation, in comparison to first generation, I am telling, the size of this computer is very small as compared to first generation. In comparison to computers of the first generation, the computing time taken of the computers of the second generation is also very small or lesser, I can say that lesser. Okay, so in second generation computer, what happens? Now here we are considering in the year 1955 to 64, and here you are using, instead of vacuum tubes, you are using transistors technology, and the computing time is very less as compared to your first generation of computers. So I will give some examples in second generation, so after that we will focus on that point. Okay, so these are the examples of your second generation computer. What are these? Now first I will write IBM 1620, then second one is your IBM 7094, then Univac 1108, then next one is your CDC 160, and this is the figure I will show, that is your second generation of computers. So I will focus on that point, that is of second generation. What are the points? Now see, in second generation computer, so it is considered in the year of 1955 to 1964, and here you are using transistor technology. Okay, so this is the most two important point here we are considering in second generation. Okay, so next we will start third generation of computer. Clear? Okay, so we will go to the third generation of computers. Okay, so second generation already we are discussed. What is the year we are discussing? The 1955 to 1964. Okay, clear? So obviously third generation will start from 1964 to 1975. Clear? Okay, got this point? So here I am also same thing I am writing, that the third generation of computer was considered in the period of 1964 to 1976. Okay, so third generation was considered in the period of 1964 to 1975, and the third generation of computers were developed by using the integrated circuit. In second generation we are considering transistor technology. Okay, instead of transistor, what happens? Here we are using integrated circuit. Integrated means we should integrate all the circuits, and the technology is integrated circuit technology. And the third generation computer, in time comparison to second generation computer, what happens? That the time computing was very less in comparison to second generation. The time computing is very less. Also third generation computer consumed less power, and also it generated less heat, and the maintenance cost of the computer is also very low in comparison to third generation means comparison to second generation. So third comparison, less heat consumed and less heat generation, and maintenance cost is also very less. So here some examples are there of third generation computer. What are these? Now first here I will write IBM 360 series, and second one is your Honeywell 6000 series, then PDP, that is your personal data processor, another one is your IBM 370 168, then another one is your TDC 31, and this is the figure shown, that is your third generation of computers. Okay, so we will focus what are we are considering in third generation computer. Now first it is third generation computer क्या? Now third generation, so second generation was 1955 to 64, so obviously third generation will start from 1964 to 1975. Okay, So here we are using transistors technology. Okay, here we are using integrated circuit. Okay, here we are using integrated circuit. And another thing, here the size is also very less and less heat consumption as well as computing time is also very less in comparison to your second generation computer. And also third generation computer, most important point is in commercial use. This is the best generation computer in comparison to at that time second generation and first generation. So most commercial use is third generation of computers. Okay, clear? First generation, second generation, third generation. Any doubts? Okay, clear. So very good. So next we will go to your fourth generation of computers. So here we will discuss some examples of your fourth generation of computers. Okay, these are the examples. What are these? Now first one is your DEC 10, then star 1000, PDP 11 that is personal data processor, Cray 1 that is supercomputer, Cray XMP that is supercomputer. So this is a very good figure of your fourth generation of computer. So we will focus what are the main points of this fourth generation of computers. Okay. So fourth generation computers. Okay. So third generation we are already discussed, that is in the year of 1964 to 1975. So fourth generation is in the period of 1975 to 1989. Okay. So instead of integrated circuit, in third generation we are using integrated circuit. Okay. So fourth generation, instead of integrated circuit, here we are using microprocessor. So these are the two main points you should focus, so that you can write in your own language also. Okay. So here is the year 1975 to 1989, and the main point here we are using, instead of your integrated circuit we are using microprocessor. Okay. So these are all about your fourth generation computer we were discussed. Okay, next we will go to your fifth generation of computers. We will discuss fifth generation of computers. Fifth generation क्या है, and we will discuss what are the examples behind this fifth generation of computers. Okay, okay. Let's start fifth generation. So we will start fifth generation of computers. Okay, fifth generation of computers. So fourth generation we will discuss in the year of 1975 to 89. So fifth generation we will start 1989 to till date. Okay, those computers we are using, that is all beyond your fifth generation. Okay, so we are using 1989 to till date, the fifth generation of computers. So the fifth generation of computers, here I am reading the computers of the fifth generation are high capability and large memory capacity. Meaning in your fifth generation computers, the capacity we want means we want to store many data or many information in that. The capacity is much more than comparison to your fourth generation of computers. And here what happens, the working with computers of this generation was fast and multiple tasks can be performed simultaneously. Multiple tasks means what? More than one task we can perform at a time. Means at a time you can perform, suppose some work you can done at a time. Same time means you can hear any music song at the same time, you can do in MS Office, you can type anything. So at a time you can do many things. That is called your multiple tasks simultaneously. So in fifth generation, multiple tasks can be performed simultaneously. And some of the popular advanced technologies of the fifth generation include, that is artificial intelligence, quantum computation, in radiations. Okay, so these are the high technologies or advanced technologies we should use in your fifth generation of computers. Means from the year 1989, whatever we are using, these are under fifth generation of computers. Clear? Okay. And another thing, the fifth generation computer, the size of the computer was also very small, and computing time is very less as compared to fourth generation of computer. This is the most important point. The size is very less. So we will discuss some examples of your fifth generation of computers. So these are the examples of fifth generation of computers. What are these? Now desktop, laptop. You see that nowadays the laptops are coming very lightweight and size is also very small as compared to fourth generation. Okay, and notebook, ultrabook, Chromebook, you can portable. When one place to another place you can take. Okay, in any place you go, you can take and you can work there. Okay, so the size is very small and it is also very lightweight. So these are under your fifth generation of computers, and the figure which is shown, this is the fifth generation of computers. Okay, so this is all about your fifth generation of computers. Okay, so we will focus those points. What is your fifth generation? That fifth generation. So what is the year now? Fourth generation will 1975 to 1989. Okay, got this point. So 1989 to till date, I am writing 1989 to till date, the computers are under fifth generation of computers. And here much more advantage there, many technologies are there, size is very small. Okay, and it is also very portable, and the computing time is very faster as compared to fourth generation computers. Okay, much more, many more advantages are there. All of you know, nowadays all of you are using which generation of computer? Fifth generation or fourth? Fifth generation. Now all of you are using fifth generation of computer because speed is very fast nowadays. You are using also, you know better than me. So these are all about your fifth generation of computers. So now I will explain a very good thing. In that you will comparison about first generation, second generation, third, fourth and fifth. Okay, so I will show you something about this fifth generation computers. So now I want to show you the comparison of this fifth generation, because we are already discussed the 5 different types of generations. So now I want to show you some magic, I can say that, how you remember all those things in a few minutes. Okay, before going to exam, how you remember all those things, because you are confusing first generation, which year, what are the technologies used. Okay, so now I will show you some things. Okay, so see, this is the figure, or this is the comparison between first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Okay, before going to the exam, if you will see this, then everything you should remember. Don't remember anything, just see this figure and see this comparison, and you will go to the exam and everything you can write. Okay, and in your own language you should write all those things. No need to remember everything. Okay, because if you remember then you can forget. Okay, so just see this, what I am comparison, what I can give this comparison. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, just carefully you see that. Okay, so here see, I am writing first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth and fifth generation. Okay, so see, this is first I am writing period. Okay, so you see this. So first generation computer I am writing 1942 to 1955. If you remember 1942 to 55 means you can write in your own language. Okay, then 55 first generation. So automatically next generation it will start from 55 to 64. Accordingly you remember. Then in third generation 64 it will be ended. So third generation will be started from 64 to 75. Okay, obviously fourth generation you tell me 1964 means 75 means it will third generation 1964 to 1975. Then 75 it will ended. The fourth generation you should start 1975 to 1989. I am already written, and fifth already you should know that 1989 to till date we are considering, because sixth generation it not discovered. Okay, if you can discover then we will read. Okay, sixth generation kya hai. Okay, so second point I am writing hardware technology. What are the hardware or technology? I am giving C on point hardware, or what are the hardwares you are using each and every generation, or technology. You can say that what are the technologies behind this first generation, second generation, third, fourth and fifth. Okay, so first generation I am using vacuum tube. Already we discussed first generation vacuum tube. Second generation में हम लोग क्या यूज करते हैं? Transistor. I am writing yes, transistor as basic component or magnetic core. If you remember transistor, okay, you can write, no problem. Everything you don't remember, transistor. First generation vacuum tube, second generation transistor. Okay. Third generation integrated circuit technology I am writing also in blackboard. Okay, what I am integrated circuit technology or integrated circuit as basic component, same thing. Okay, no confusion. Okay, in fourth generation computer now microprocessor. Okay, and in fifth generation microprocessor, it is ultra large scale integration, and it is fourth generation very large scale integration. Okay, so these are the hardware or technology. Just you remember vacuum tube, transistor, integrated circuit, microprocessor. Then you can write in your own language. These are the hardware or technology you should use. Okay, don't confuse. Then what are the software you are using? Machine and assembly language. First generation you are using the software machine and assembly language. And another thing I want to tell you, in first generation of computer, the concept we are using, that is binary coded concept, that is in terms of 0 1. So you should remember that is. And this is second generation, limited number of high level language. Okay, it is limited, second generation, and that's why it is limited number of high level language. Then third generation, so obviously it should be high. Now that is many high level language and time sharing operating system. So it is a time sharing operating system. Just you remember these points so that you can write from your own language. In your fourth generation, that is high level software you are using, and in fifth generation, that is multimedia application. We are using multimedia. When you will go through higher semester, that is a multimedia paper, you can read all those things there. Now just you remember only those multimedia application you are using in your fifth generation of computers. Okay, so these are the basic features. Basic feature means size, what are the, it is reliable or unreliable, cost. Okay, everything you should under basic features. Whatever we are discussed, just only I am writing just points. Okay, this is very big size. I am showing in the figure also. First generation computer size is very big. Then it is second generation थोड़ा बहुत less. Third generation इससे ज़्यादा कम. Like this in fifth generation, it is pocket diary, that is your. Okay, so I am writing here. It is very big size, very heavy. Also first generation computer, it is very heavy, unreliable, used for scientific applications. Okay, in second generation compared to first, if you remember all those things, you can write all those points. Because size is थोड़ा बहुत less होगा, reduced size I am writing, more reliable, yes, more powerful as compared to first generation. More reliable, if you will compare to third and fourth, it will not reliable. But I am comparing to previous generation, means first generation. Okay, you should remember. Ma'am, this size is very less as compared to fifth generation, and compared this is not less. As compared to first generation, size is less. Okay, so reduce size. If you remember all these things, you can write, no problem. So reduce size, more reliable, more powerful, mainly used for scientific research, limited commercial applications. Okay, so come to third generation. Obviously, it is faster and cheaper, smaller and more powerful as compared to your second generation, scientific research, military and commercial purposes. Then come to fourth generation. Obviously, size is another one less, means it is very small, it is faster, powerful, used for professional and scientists. Then go for fifth generation, parallel processing. It is at, you can write also the size is very small as compared to fourth. You can write also, add 1 point from your own, no problem. Okay, very small, it is also faster, you can write. And these are the most, these are also written in last 2 points. Okay, you can write also fast, very small and portable, very powerful communication, parallel processing, and artificial intelligence, quantum computing. These are the areas where fifth generation of computers can use. Artificial intelligence, you might have heard, yes or no, in artificial intelligence, fifth generation computers are used. So if you remember, these are the points you can write from your own language. Okay, so these are the examples already I am writing. Those which have discussed in the class. Okay, so these are the only just I am writing. Okay. First generation, ENIC, EDVAC, UNIVAC, IBM 701, IBM 650. So next we will discuss some examples of different types of generation. Already we are discussed, these are the examples already we are discussed. Okay, so no need to, again we will talk the examples of this fifth generation, fourth generation, third generation, second generation, first generation. Okay, we are already discussed. So these are the things you should know. Okay, so if you have a just screenshot, means if you have, once you see this picture, means everything you should remember. Okay, some total idea of this fifth generation you can go through that. Okay, so already we are discussed. So this is all about your fifth generation of computers. Means already we are discussed first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, now any difficulties arises? I think no difficulties. You should remember very small points. छोटा बहुत पॉइंट यू शुड रिमेंबर ना कुछ बेसी किसी डाउट्स मैंने कष्ट है गला नो आई डोंट थिंक सो ओके सो जस्ट यू रिमेंबर इन द ईयर which technologies or hardware or technology you are using everything you should write I have confidence over you okay so these are the things so in the next class we will read the next chapter okay so today it is over okay today this is the over of the class now any doubts if you doubts you go through the sites and there is a contact number if any queries you have or any doubts you have directly you go through the material and you ask in that part okay phone number is there okay no problem and you tell to your friend also okay they should follow the site as well they should follow the material okay no problem it is a very user friendly okay so everything should be clear I think ना doubts कुछ है तो you should ask in your contact number in site में है सब कुछ है okay or you go through material okay this is all about my class okay thank you